Safety first. As per the last census, the Indian workforce is over 400 million strong. By 2024, that number could very well cross 600 million, a 39.1% of the total Indian population. Over 42% work in heavy industries, use heavy machines, cope industrial hazards. A 17% of India's GDP comes from manufacturing industries. Safety is the first aid of the uninjured. Safety tops all the priorities in industrial sector. Worldwide, we have 340 million occupational accidents and 160 million victims of work-related illnesses annually. 6,000 die every day. Safety is a challenge. Be it any industry, organization, or an employee, everyone needs to be safe. Humans do, machines do. Industrial safety parameters are getting complex with each passing day. Elimination of industrial hazards is a dire necessity. Prevention of work-related injury is a prerequisite. Ask Abhinav Dar, a manager from one of the Fortune 100 companies, who lost his employee to a fatal industrial accident. His workers lost morale. His company lost productivity by 20%. Questions stare right into our eyes. How to be safe? What is the solution? Who can keep us safe? Well, maybe God can, but we try too. We provide solutions. We help keep the industry safe and give you round-the-clock visibility of your assets. Maybe God can, but we try too. We provide solutions. We help keep the industry safe and give you round-the-clock visibility of your assets. We are the Hacklab Solutions. We follow a 360-degree approach, considering all the three dimensions of safety implementation: management, machines, and workers. With advancement of AI, next-gen automation is all about machines and humans coexisting, each taking care of the other. Our aim, hence, is safety for productivity. We use IoT hardware integration with sharp AI edge processing, real-time environment monitoring, data insights, and worker safety profiling. We estimate risk, employ professionals, analyze scenarios, and provide solutions. Our systems can predict failures, warn you, and take action. Our suite of tracker products cater to major Fortune 500 companies and several industrial sectors ranging from FMCG, logistics, mining to metals, and manufacturing. Our safety product verticals include collision avoidance system, pedestrian alert system, AI-based compliance monitoring, safety interlocks, and smart traffic management system. Our security product verticals include tracker tags, smart tracker cam, tracker PA system. We have been recognized as the best Indian startup in the automation domain by Technovation Awards conducted by India Electronics and Semiconductor Association, IESA. We won the award for the Best Company and Innovation Showcase category by SIC IT Kanpur. We have gained trust of clients like Unilever, ITC, Pindalco Industries, and top Fortune 500 companies availing our products and services.
Welcome to another episode of Hacklab Podcast, where we dive deep into topics that shape industries and empower businesses to thrive. Today, we are focusing on a critical but often overlooked aspect of small business success: occupational safety and health. Joining us is Mr. Pranab Kumar Goswami, an accomplished deputy director with decades of experience in government administration and OSH enforcement. He's a thought leader, innovator, and the inventor of a groundbreaking, lightweight, bulletproof safety jacket for industrial use. Together, we'll explore why safety matters for MSMEs and SMEs, the challenges they face, and the affordable solutions to build safer, more resilient workplaces. So, let's get started. First of all, thank you, Mr. Pranab sir, for giving us your time today. At the very onset, I would request you to please introduce yourself for our audience.
Thank you. I myself PK Goswami, Pranab Kumar Goswami is my full name. I am presently Deputy Director in Industrial Safety and Health, Government of NCT of Delhi. Before that, I started my work with National Dairy Development Board, NDDP. I got the opportunity to work with Varghese Korean, who was known to be as a milkman of India. And then I joined again from PSUs to again I joined to private sector. I was involved in erection commissioning in projects of various plants, and then again I switched off to the private organizations with a cosmetic and pharmaceuticals. Then I finally joined the government, Ministry of Labor, Government of India, and after that I have joined again to Government of Delhi, NCT of Delhi. And my background is I am BTech in Chemical Engineering from HBTech Kanpur. I did my Masters in Occupational Safety and Health from International Labor Organizations, that ITC ILO, that's in Turin, Italy, on the scholarship of ILO. And I did my MBA and LLB also during my career. This is the brief about my background.
Thank you, sir. I am really happy and glad to have such an accomplished leader today on our podcast. So I'll just start with the first question. So, sir, why do you think MSMEs and SMEs often overlook occupational safety, and what are the risks associated with such negligence?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. You have omitted one word, occupational safety and health. Both are always going together. So many SMEs overlook occupational safety and health because they don't connect it with the productivity. They often see safety measures as an added expenditure rather than an investment that could boost efficiency and reduce downtime. Additionally, these businesses typically struggle to maintain dedicated occupational safety and health departments in their organization due to financial constraint. Many small businesses also feel that occupational safety and health regulations might not apply to them, especially if they don't fall under the scope of Factories Act, as they don't legally bound to comply with these provisions of Factories Act 1948. Short-term focus on cost reduction often blinds them to long-term benefits of a safety and healthy workplace. Neglecting occupational safety and health can pose serious risk, starting with the direct threat to workers' life. The primary objective of occupational safety and health legislations is to prevent accident and occupational diseases, which can be life-threatening. Beyond that, the impact on business include increased accident cost, difficulties with the insurance claim, and the demotivation of worker. There are also potential loss of goodwill, legal penalties, and reputational damages within the organizations. In short, the consequences of neglecting safety go beyond the immediate cost which we are looking at. Like accident is taking place, we are going for medical expenses, there are other expenses affecting both worker and long-term health of the business. Actually, these are the main problem.
Thank you, sir. So, please share what are the most common safety hazards MSMEs and SMEs face, especially in high-risk industries like manufacturing and chemical processing.
Actually, I did many works in this field since last 21 years. I did various research and published in various journals also in the context of micro small economic entrepreneurs SMEs of India. In my research conducted, it is revealed that most of the accidents in micro, small, medium enterprise and small scale establishment are due to that small fire accidents, and in chemical processing industries, firecracker industries, small garment industries, packaging industries. These are due to the electrical hazards often arising from poor maintenance, outdated wiring, or improper installations leading to serious accidents. Another major hazard is the MS installations, that major accident hazard installations like Indian Oil, BPCL, IOCL, big installations. They are importing flammable substances and explosive hydrocarbons. Also the toxic materials like used in pesticides, big industries. There are big occupational threats, and due to which there are a lot of accidents takes place. Recently you can get the fire incident of Gujarat as well as Mathura refinery. Also lot of accidents during the transportation of LPG or other chemicals you can get from the news. And there are a lot of occupational diseases like that damages our neurological system and even for cancer. These health issues are often not immediately visible to making them more dangerous because worker may not recognize this risk until it's too late. Additionally, the handling of asbestos and silica poses severe risk, particularly industries like construction and mining. See, asbestos, if we inhale the asbestos fiber, which is less than 3 micron on size, it goes to the lungs and settle there, which reduce the pumping of our lung. And ultimately, we are going to asbestosis or cancer. That cannot be cured. These substances have been banned in developed countries like European Union and USA, but they are still permitted in India, which is a significant concern for worker safety and health. These are just a few of major safety and health hazards that micro, small, medium enterprises are facing in India, and it's crucial to address these issues through better training, regulation, and safety measures.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. So, for small businesses working with limited budgets, how can they prioritize safety without significant financial strain? Could you provide some low-cost solutions?
Yeah, that is very interesting questions. That is the main issue where we are lagging in safety related things. For small businesses with limited budget, prioritizing safety can be done through participatory action oriented training. That is designed by International Labour Organization. In short, it is called PAOT. So PAOT is a practical low-cost method that encourages workers and employees to collaborate for improvement of working condition. PAOT uses local resources and knowledge to develop creative ideas for immediate improvement. That PAOT promotes learning by doing of experience from shop floor level worker can give a good suggestions for implementation which can be adopted by entire organizations. Even that can be a model for the other organizations. By engaging the workforce in process, business can make meaningful changes without major financial investment, while also fostering the culture of safety and continuous improvement. I'd like to share two examples of improvement that I implemented through PAOT in my during my service. The first one is power press machine. That power press machine accidents often occur. In a month, we are getting about 6 to 10 power press machine accidents in and only Delhi only. These are small, very small enterprises where Factories Act is also not applicable. Because these power press machines are installed in households and only 3-4 persons are working for making some like utensils and small metal part. It is done by pressing die and plate. Okay. So in power press machine, accident often occur when an operator's hand get caught between the die and plate of the machine. To address this issue, we developed an innovative locally designed device that automatically removes the operator hand from the point of operation. Whenever there is a contact of die and plate, that hand will be automatically removed by a lever. That is an innovative idea developed by a ordinary operator. When die and plates are in contact, there his hand will be automatically removed, which will be reduce the possibility of accident. Secondly, in heavy metal were lifted in an industry from basement. They were manually carrying the heavy materials from basement to first floor manually because there was no arrangement of lift. So in that organization, we have developed a trolley system that heavy material from basement to the ground floor manually was done, which was transformed by using a locally designed gear lifting system on the staircase itself. There is no any other space required for this. One side of the staircase, there is a two beams ISMB was fixed and one gear lifting system is there. On one trolley will come by remote, one you will put the material and it will go back to the original position. That space is being used as a staircase as well as the passage for the gear lifting system for lifting material. This system was developed to make the process safer and more efficient, reducing the physical strain on worker and minimizing the risk of accident associated with manual lifting.
So those are two very good examples of how we can implement low-cost solutions without any budget constraints. And when you told me about the second solution, I think we have seen such solutions also implemented for people who are handicapped, for them to bring them up from the stairs, right? So something similar to that. So, sir, as you are someone with extensive experience in auditing and enforcing OSH regulations, what common gaps do you observe in smaller businesses when it comes to compliance?
Yeah, this is very crucial whenever we are talking about the compliance of the occupational safety and health, finding the gap. So in my experience during auditing and enforcing occupational safety and health regulations that in India we are doing by IS 14489 and internationally it is done by 45001. One of the most common gap I observed is in smaller businesses, in SMEs, is over-reliance on the personal protective equipment as the primary or often only the safety measures being adopted in organization, personal protective equipment. Instead of addressing hazards at their source through method like the protocols we know, elimination of hazard, substitution of hazard, engineering control, management control, and last option it should be the PPE. But in these small enterprises, that simply providing PPE which often act as band-aid solution, the approach tend to be more about compliance on paper only rather than genuinely preventing the accidents or health risk. I will give you an example. Say one person is working at height in 14th floor. They are in a building and construction. Then if I ask you some question, what should be the safety provisions there? And most of the people are saying, see, he is not using safety helmet, he is not using harness, safety belt, and he is not having safety shoes. These are the over general looking on that. But actually we have to look at whether he is having a working platform or not, whether safety net is provided over him to protect him from any falling object, whether safety net is provided below him to prevent his falling. So these are engineering controls. Before giving the PPE's importance, we must comply with other provisions like engineering control, management control. Then only we can do proper work for prevention of safety. In another management, say in a confined space, in a workplace, some welding works are going on, or buffing means for polishing of metal are going on. Then there are a lot of metal dust are in the environment. So generally what is the management SMEs are doing? They are just providing a mask and gloves to worker. But actually the metal dust are around in the atmosphere. So we have to do engineering control. First, we have to remove these dust by ventilation, proper ventilation and sucking system. So that management is only issue goggles and mask and saying that yes, we are taking the proper care of safety. This is a problematic because relying on PPE doesn't eliminate the risk. It just minimizes the exposure after the fact. A comprehensive approach that tackles hazard at their source through better engineering or operational control would be far more effective in creating a safer long-term work environment. Another few points are like lack of awareness of training, that many small businesses don't provide adequate safety training. Worker might not be fully aware of the risk associated with that hazardous material, hazardous situation, hazardous environment, hazardous machinery. Without ongoing the education, even the most basic safety protocols can be overlooked. Another point is adequate risk assessment. Smaller businesses often skip these, underestimating the importance of conducting through risk assessment. This leads to an unaddressed hazard in workplace, increasing the likelihood of accident. Under resource safety measures, while larger companies may have dedicated safety department, occupational safety and health and environments department, but smaller businesses often cannot afford that. As a result, they might have insufficient safety equipment, lack of regular maintenance of machinery, or not following the safety check as consistently that we may talk in standard operating procedures, SOP. Another point is non-compliance with the legal requirements. Smaller businesses sometimes fail to comply with the legal regulations and legal requirements, either due to lack of knowledge or assuming that they are exempted, they are not falling under the act. This is particularly true when business don't fall under the scope of laws like Factories Act. For becoming a factory under the definition of Factories Act under section 2K and 2M, minimum 10 persons are required, or there should be a manufacturing process. Once they are taken out of this umbrella of that act, they are very reluctant to comply with this. But few establishments coming under Factories Act, but they are not complying, thinking that we are not under the factory. This is not a factory. For example, petrol pump. If I ask you whether petrol pump is a factory, generally you will say no. 90% people are saying no. But it is a factory. Why? For becoming a factory, we need two conditions to be satisfied. One is manufacturing process. Another is minimum persons 10. In petrol pump, pumping of oil is considered as a manufacturing process under section 2K of Factories Act. And number of person is 10 or more is defined in section 2M of the Factories Act. So because petrol pump is handling with the flammable and explosive substance, that's why rule makers has kept it in a factory, because there is no any other department who will taking care of the safety and health of these workers, whoever working in the petrol pump. This is the holistic approach taken by these rule makers initially. So petrol pump becoming a factory means we are taking care of the health of not only factory, this is a hazardous factory. This is listed in the first schedule, which is defined as a hazardous factory under section 2CB. First schedule in section serial number 29, flammable substance. So there are more precautions are to be taken in petrol pump in reference to the normal factories, like you have to do regular health checkup, 6 monthly minimum you have to do health checkup. You have to see the workers' surveillance, whether any worker working for long term in dispensing of petrol may be affecting neurological problem due to inhalation of petrol and diesel. He has to shift from that department to other sections for say caretaking of these car supervisors like this. So these are the things we can see from our this thing. So reactive instead of proactive approach is required, and these are the things we can say regarding this.
Thank you, sir. I am sure this is a learning for all our audiences and even myself. We go to petrol pump very often. We never think of it as a factory and how much safety should be. Okay, sir, that's nice. So, moving forward, how can MSMEs and SMEs foster a culture of safety among their workforce and leadership? And what role does training play in this?
Yeah, training is most important part when we are talking about the protocol of hazard management system it is coming under the management control. After elimination of hazard, reduction of hazard, substitution of hazard, the next more important point in engineering control and management control. Management control is taking a vital role. If management control or training is not proper, entire occupational health safety management system will not work properly. To foster a culture of safety, that MSMEs and SMEs should focus on skill training and motivation. This includes providing employees with the necessary knowledge to identify the risk, follow standard operating procedure, and use of checklist for both pre and post job task. Then we have to develop a safety culture, the ownership of safety to all. The training should also include ongoing safety awareness and the importance of leadership, setting the right example. As I have already mentioned, worker participation that through PAWOT, PAOT, it encourages the collaboration between workers and leadership, allowing everyone to contribute to safety improvement. This empowers workers to take ownership of safety, making it an integral part of workplace culture. A small example I want to share with you. When I was doing my Master's Occupational Safety and Health in Italy, my colleague, she was from Brazil. Then she talked to me about what type. I asked her, how do you manage this occupational safety and health to SMEs, because they are not having neither sufficient fund or not department. She gave me a very good idea. In their country, what they are having in a cluster of say 50 or 100 industries, small industries, they make an organization, institute, along with the worker union and management of small industries join together to run a small institute with experts in occupational safety and health, who not only takes care of training of workers, but also they conduct safety audit, risk assessment, hazard assessment in those industries. So entirely the health and safety aspects of these organizations are taken care by this institute, and a very minimum annual fees are taken by those institute, and these are running in a collaborative way. The same module, if we can implement in India, there will be great success. I am planning to do this in future the same way.
That's a really good idea. I mean, that small department can be from the government or can be a private player as well, which will be overseeing or overlooking 50, 60 small SMEs. So I think that's a great idea. And I wish you the best for implementing it in India. So moving forward, could you please share some insights into government policies, initiatives, or incentives designed to help MSMEs, SMEs improve workplace safety?
Yeah, this is also very important aspects. The government has introduced several initiatives and policies to help MSMEs and SMEs to improve workplace safety. One key initiative is the online approval of the building plan for factories, which ensure the safety provisions like multiple fire exits, sufficient workspace, and emergency evacuation route, which are to be done from the starting level. At the time of construction of the factory, we take the building plan for approval and we check all matters. That is online. So this is a very fast method. We can check the fire provisions and minimum space that for Avazabad Factories Act or rules, Delhi rules, we require 500 cubic feet is required for one person to work. So how many persons they can accommodate in that factory. At the starting itself, we can say this factory only accommodate this much of worker, not more than that. That you might think there is a overloaded, due to the overloaded of worker in Bangladesh, there is a Rana fire factory where thousands of workers died due to fire. It is due to the overloading of worker. Then the ownership of safety to all. The training should also, there was no sufficient space. So these provisions we try to address at the starting level. This streamlines the process of business while promoting safety conscious planning. Additionally, industries, generally we are industries, categorizing industries in three levels. One is low hazards, medium hazard, and high hazard factories. Where there is fire and explosion, we are keeping it in high hazards. Where there is a less fire explosion, like garment industries and other packaging industries. These are medium hazards, and there is where there is metal items manufacturing, we can put in a low hazard. Accordingly, we are conducting various awareness camps and capacity building programs in various industrial areas, along with in association with the industrial owners of that area, also taking the support of worker union in various industries, and that is giving a very good response in this. These efforts are not only enhance the safety preparedness but also foster a culture of safety consciousness and proactive safety management among businesses. For what are the incentives? And definitely I would like to request or trying to always, I am putting in different platforms, whoever is complying in very good safety and health in their workplace, they should be give advantages like insurance, in kinds of insurance and subsidies. Also maybe we may include the reduction in GST in whoever is buying safety equipments. Now it is in most of the GST, it is 18% GST. It may approach government for reducing the GST rate for purchasing of safety equipments. This will be the additional enhancement of safety and at workplace.
Yes, those are really good suggestions. Let's talk about your innovation, the lightweight bulletproof safety jacket, which is a remarkable innovation. So, how can such innovations like this impact worker safety, particularly in smaller industries?
Yeah, it gives me pleasure that I have able to done something for these people. That rolling mill in Wazirpur industrial area, particularly in Delhi, that operators face life-threatening hazards. The thick stainless steel plates are pressed under the extreme pressure between two rolls. You can show in the video also that thick plates of 10 mm is inserted between two rolls, and due to high pressure that generates needle-shaped metal strip from there ejected in a bullet speed, often injure the worker by penetrating vital organs like the heart, lung, and liver. And there is a 99% death in this case because they cannot pull out the strips. They goes inside. It's a needle type, and it is a high speed. That's why it's going inside. You cannot take out immediately. So when I was looking, I was investigating such incidents. I was thinking to do something for them because neither they can eliminate the hazard, because for elimination you need a machine which is of crores of rupees, which they cannot afford, and there are nothing much to do in engineering control also. And the last option is remaining the PPEs. The PPEs they are using is about 8 to 9 kg weight. There is aluminum sheet, above that there is a layer of leather which is about 1 inch thickness and weighing 8 to 9 kg. It's make them very uncomfortable and difficult to operate for a long period of time, for working 8 hours. So that was the big problem. What happened, generally they are wearing it for half an hour, then either they remove it or it rests on their belly, taking the support of belly, and their upper part remain exposed. So this was a very tragic situation. So during my visit to Germany, one World Congress, that I found some manufacturers of fiber-based bulletproof material. They were displaying these material, bulletproof material. They are saying these can be used in military like this. So I got an idea. So I imported personally some materials and designed 2 kg lightweight safety jacket specially for rolling mill operators. Then I provided these 2 jackets to one rolling mill, I will not take the name, in Wazirpur industrial area, where frequent fatal accident has been taking place due to that accident. So after they have used this, there was no accident since I was in that area about 6-7 years. So there was no accident reported from that. This kind of innovation is game changer, especially for small industries that may not have the resource for expensive safety systems. By making safety provisions effective and comfortable and encouraging consistent use of by the worker, significantly reducing the risk of accidents and fatalities.
Great thinking on your part and a really great innovation you brought to save people's life. So, from your experience, sir, can you share some or any success stories where MSME and SMEs turned safety into a business advantage?
Yeah, I have success story that highlighted how safety can be turned into a business advantage, particularly in MSME or SMEs. So you know that in industrial areas in Delhi there are 28 industrial areas. Say in Okhla industrial area, I am talking about for a reference. There are a lot of exporters. They are exporting garments from developed countries, and they are doing in a very large way. They are appointing thousands workers, 1,000, 2,000 workers like this. The group of industries, but they are doing their few jobs by contractual basis, by that is called job work in nearby villages, that is Tughlakabad residential area. So what happened is people by owner or any tenant take the material from these big houses and make the stitching work, button and cutting, tailoring, small work and get back to the big industries. So in these areas, householder of small enterprises take that job works from large industrial area. And what happened in January 2011, there is a tragic fire accident took place in that Tughlakabad in the residential area where 14 workers was dead because they cannot be evacuated. There was no secondary emergency exit in that small house, and there was a 4-storied building that may be unauthorized. So there was no secondary exit, so there was 14 dead. So after this incident, I reached out to the small household industry owners of Tughlakabad to discuss safety improvement. Most of them are not coming under Factories Act also. 1 or 2 are coming under Factories Act because they are employing less than 10 workers. But few were there. So I reached out to them and discussed with them using the ILO powered methodology to how to improve. Then we have developed a strategy. We selected 12 household industry owners in a cluster, which are connected, wall-to-wall connected, and each of the building is having a single staircase. As a part of the safety program, all of them agreed to connect their terraces open for the emergency. Since their program was implemented, they allowed everyone to go to the terrace and exit through the other. If something is happening in a say factory number 1, all worker can go exit to terrace and they can evacuate the entire building by coming out the building number 3. So the common evacuation system throughout the terrace of 12 buildings that we developed, no cost was there. Just they were asking that there may be interconnecting, there may be theft problem. So what we suggest, put a glass wall in among terraces, and whenever it is required, you break it, and there will be passage will be there. So this initiative made the entire cluster of 12 small residents safer for both workers and residents. Since the program was implemented, no fire-related death have occurred. By prioritizing safety, these small businesses not only reduce risk but also gained a competitive edge. Their commitment to worker well-being improved their reputation, building trust with larger clients and potentially leading to more opportunities. This success story is a prime example how a safety-focused approach can drive both social impact and business growth in MSME sector. I presented this initiative in World Congress in Frankfurt, and which was awarded the best practice presentation out of 261 innovations.
Congratulations, sir. That was indeed a really thought-provoking and simple innovation, but really helpful for the safety of the people. So, what are the long-term benefits for MSMEs and SMEs that invest in safety, not just for employees, but for the overall business growth and reputation?
Question is similar to the previous question. I will just build upon my own points that investing in safety offers significant long-term benefit for MSMEs. Firstly, it reduces the accident and injuries, leading to lower healthcare and insurance costs and less downtime. It reduces the burden on social security system. This boosts the productivity and keep operations running smoothly. Secondly, it helps create a positive work environment, improving employee morale, retention, and attracting the talent, means talented people will be associated with you. Safety conscious business also enhance their reputation, building trust with customers, suppliers, and regulatory bodies, which can open doors to more business opportunities and partnership. Overall, prioritizing safety not only protect employees but also contribute to sustainable business growth and stronger brand image.
So, looking ahead, what do you see as the biggest opportunities and challenges for MSMEs and SMEs in adopting modern safety technologies and practices?
See, India is now a growing economy. Adopting modern safety technology in India's growing economy increase the exposure to the global safety practices through various international conferences now ever going in India. I have attended 2 3 conferences in Chennai and Mumbai. Some OS India group, I think, what they are doing. These are new. There are new initiatives are taken by different multinational companies. Additionally, the influx of global manufacturers into India brings new technologies and safety standards that MSME can also adopt. However, the challenges are there. The main challenge, the primary challenge in India, that over 90% industries in India are in unorganized sector. And due to this, whatever we are talking about the database and policies making, everything is done only on 10% industries in India. Rest 90% industries is out of the umbrella occupational safety and health, making it harder to implement safety and regulations because they are in unorganized sector. Also, many smaller businesses, especially where less than 10 workers are there, definitely they are out of the Factories Act, so they are very reluctant to comply with the safety provisions. Now, the Occupational Safety and Health Code, that OS code and OSSW code, Welfare Code 2020, is already passed by the Parliament, and it is. I have heard that it may be implemented by states from 1st of April 2000 this year. So, if this is implemented, because I was also one part during the making of this OS code 2020, most of the workers who were out of this umbrella of occupational safety and health of 13 sectors, 13 legislations are subsumed in Occupational Safety and Health Code 2020. These will include construction worker, dock worker, agriculture worker, and contract worker, sales and promotion worker, transport worker, cine worker, newspaper worker, journalist, BD and cigar, and migrant worker. Those were out of the umbrella of the occupational safety and health, and no one was talking about health and safety of a truck driver who is running a truck from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. So that was the situation. Now, all these unorganized sectors worker is trying to be covered under this OS code 2020. Once it will be implemented, there will be tremendous change in this area, and I think 70% unorganized worker will be covered coming under this umbrella. We will have a database that will help us for policy making, for any other proactive actions for health, safety, and welfare of these workers, as well as the social security system.
Thank you, sir. So, as we are on the near end of the podcast today, I would like to thank you for sharing your valuable insights and expertise on the importance of safety for MSMEs and SMEs. Like us, there are many startups which are trying to help not only the established businesses but also the medium and small scale industries to help promote safety for them. So today's conversation highlighted not just the challenges small businesses face, but also the immense opportunity they have to create safer and more productive workplaces. For all our listeners, remember, safety isn't just compliance issue, it's a foundation for growth, innovation, and sustainability. If you are an MSME or SME owner or employee, take the first step today towards prioritizing workplace safety. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time with more inspiring conversations. So stay safe and keep innovating. And thank you again, Pranab sir.